So, very good evening to all of you. After successful completion of chapter 2, that is about five kingdom classification and all, I wish to start today the chapter number 3, that is called Plant Kingdom. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn dedicatedly to for the next kingdom of classification, that is plant kingdom of classification. Okay, so as you can see over here, plant kingdom can be classified into following types. First of all, plant kingdom so as you can see that in case of plant kingdom can be classified into two types. This is called cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Each of these are having their own name. Okay, so what do we mean by the word cryptogamy and phanerogamy? Cryptogamy means organisms which can actually crypt. The word crypt means old, and the word gamy means marriage or union. Okay. So, in case of cryptogamy, the marriage between these two organisms, that is any kind of such organisms, will be obviously a very primitive one. It is not a developed type of union of gamete that is observed. In short, you can call these plants as non-flowering plant. You can call them as non-flowering plant. Whereas this phanero, the meaning of this word phanero means decorative. That means it is something which is having a very, very well presented structure, and gamy means obviously marriage. So from the name itself, you can guess this will include the flowering plant. So these are the two main branches of plant kingdom. Now, these branches can be further subdivided into next. So what are the subdivision? Cryptogamy can be further subdivided into Thallophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. And flowering plants can be subdivided into Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. It's not possible for me to cover up the whole part here. We will cover it up separately. After this, I am going to show you a table which will help you to differentiate between different types of plants. I'm going to tell you about this one special character which is specialized for this type of plants. First of all, Thallophyta is known as Thallophyta because it has a thallus like flat body. The moment we talk about plants, we generally imagine about a three-dimensional structure like this, where stem is there, leaves are there, and underground the soil will be there. Okay, so it's not true for all type of plants. In case of Thallophyta, you can see the body is very, very flat and filamentous. Although they are multicellular, although they go for photosynthesis, but they do not have any structure like root, stem, or leaf. They have a flat body. Okay. Now let us talk about the typical characteristics of this bryophyta. Bryophyta are known as amphibian of plant kingdom. In our previous lectures, I told you about that the organisms which are thallophyta are actually organisms which require water for their life. And let me tell you, I told you about the correlationship between evolution as well as classification. So if we are thinking about evolution and classification, during the course of evolution, the life was first created in water. So similar kind of nature we can see over here. In plant kingdom, you will observe that thallophyta are the most primitive one and it cannot survive without water. It will be required water for their living. Bryophyta is something which can survive for water, but it will require water during their reproduction. That the way frogs can live in the land, they don't have any problem. But for reproduction, they will be requiring water. So that's why Bryophyta is called amphibian of plant kingdom. Okay, so this is the special characteristics. Now let us talk about the pteridophyta. What is special character? Yes, Rutu.
मैम थैलस का मतलब क्या होता है?
इसका मतलब
थैलस
flat body, sac like, pouch like.
ओके.
So pteridophyta is something which is called vascular cryptogam. In human being, which part is responsible for circulation? Class?
मैम वेसल्स.
Vessels. What vessels?
Ma'am, blood vessels.
ये
Not lymph
Veins.
vessels. Not lymph vessels.
आर्टरीज.
So can
Yes,
you
ma'am,
tell me
lymph vessels.
which part? Can you tell me which part is responsible for circulation in plant? Which type of tissue?
Xylem tissue.
Xylem and phloem.
Very good. So I must say that xylem and phloem is absent in these two. The first time in the plant where xylem and phloem is observed is in pteridophyta. That's why this pteridophyta is called vascular cryptogam, because it has well developed vascular system, but it is cryptogamous in nature. Okay. Now what is this gymnosperm? Here the word sperm is called, yes, Yashvi?
Ma'am, gymnosperms are naked seeds.
Very good. So they have naked seed. So that means their seed is not at all enclosed in the fruit. And angiosperms have covered seed. Now, angiosperms can further subdivided, they can be further subdivided into
Monocotyledon and dicotyledon.
very good. They can be subdivided into monocot and dicot. So this chapter is about all of them.
मैम
Yes beta.
मैम ये जिम्नोस्पर्म्स फ्लावरिंग और फ्रूटिंग नहीं करते होंगे ना?
Fruiting नहीं करते but they go for flowering. That's why they are put under flowering plant ना बेटा. Otherwise कैसे उनको हम phanerogamous में रखते? But their flower is not like rose flower or something. That's why you must be getting confused.
Yes ma'am, this what I have confusion.
They produce flower, but they do not look like the regular flower we are habituated with. Actually, we don't know anything about flower. Do you know flowers have petals and sepals?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
So in sunflower, have you ever seen flower of sunflower?
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
What is the color of petals?
Yellow.
Wrong answer.
Yellow.
Actually, in sunflower, the flower are the part which is present in between, that is the brown part. The yellow thing you can see are not petals, they are leaves. So in sunflower, whenever you get opportunity to look into it closely, have a look, you will be seeing that the central brown circular part is composed of tiny flowers. Those are the flowers actually. And the
मैम वो
part
जो
we-
ऑरेंज कलर के होते हैं थोड़े वही?
ऑरेंज कलर के नहीं होते, बीच में ब्राउन कलर होता है. लेट मी शो यू, वेट फॉर अ मोमेंट.
मैम जिनका स्ट्रक्चर पोलन ग्रेन जैसा होता
That is the thread like structure is there, that is called actually flower. ये हम imagine भी नहीं कर सकते. So now as a biology student, your first duty will be stop being conventional about something. हम बोलते हैं ना, okay, this is the law, this is it. So in biology, it is full of exceptions. It is full of exception. Let me share the image. Can you see this brown part?
Yes, ma'am.
These are actually the flowers.
मैम वो जो फर्स्ट इमेज है उसमें ब्राउन पार्ट के बाहर थोड़ा ऑरेंज जैसा है वो
And that is the flower. It depends on the maturity of the plant.
ओके मैम.
The color change. So should we start with plant kingdom classification? So first
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
we will know is about a comparison between 5 type of divisions of plant kingdom. Let us have a look into it. So here in this table, I tabulated the characteristics in terms of their specific part, and I cited one example. Please have a look into it. I will explain them one by one. So if we are talking about body organization, we can say that the Thallophyta do not have any differentiation. The body is totally undifferentiated and it is flat. Whereas in case of Bryophyta, you can see root-like and stem-like structures, but we cannot call them true root and stem. Why? Because beta, whenever I am calling something true root or true stem, they should be, or they are expected actually to be something where internally and externally differentiation is existing. That means they should be different from outside as well as from inside. Okay, so in this case, the root-like or stems-like structures, they may look different from outside, but if you take a cross section and look for them under microscope, You will not be able to see any difference. In Pteridophyta and other tree, the true root, leaf, and stem-like structures are present. That means they are different from tissue organization as well as from the point of view of external structure. Now, in case of cryptogams, all three cases, the seed formation is absent. Whereas in these two, that is gymnosperm and angiosperm, there is production of seed. Difference is in gymnosperm, seed is naked, and in angiosperm, it is inside the fruit. Flowers are absent in all these three, and it is present in gymnosperm and angiosperm. Vascular tissue is absent in Thallophyta and Bryophyta. That's why you cannot find Thallophyta and Bryophyta in very long height. Why? Because without vascular tissue, transport water and food to a very huge height will be a problem. Whereas in Pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm, it is present. In Pteridophyta, it is just initiation. That's why xylem and phloem, some components are missing. But at least it has the initiation. So don't you think if you look into this chart, you can see how the classification is done and how the evolution is done. Every class you are referring, for example, Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, every class you are referring, slight improvement is there in the aspect. Okay. Now, in case of Thallophyta, embryo formation is absent, whereas in these four it is present. In this case, it is aquatic, obligately aquatic, it cannot survive. In case of Bryophyta, it requires land. It can survive in land but require water during its reproduction. And in this case, terrestrial, it may be terrestrial or aquatic. Both are the options. Now I am coming to the gametophytic and sporophytic generation. Gametophytic generation is the generation, let me finish, is the generation which bears the gamete. So in a life cycle, the stage where gametes are produced by that stage is called gametophytic stage. And the spore production, that is after the fertilization of gamete, this next stage that is coming is called the sporophytic stage. So in case of Thallophyta and Bryophyta, gametophytic plant is the main plant and it is predominating sporophyte. मतलब अगर आप life cycle देखो तो ज़्यादातर time you will be able to find gametophyte. And sporophytic plant is dependent on gametophyte. Whereas in case of Pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm, the sporophyte is the main. Let me give you example of a plant or a tree. You know what is the sporophyte of mango tree? The plant we see, the flower we see, all of them are part of sporophyte. Then what is gametophyte? The pollen grains are gametophyte, that is male gametophyte, and the embryo sac where the egg, that is the female gamete, is produced is the female gametophyte. Understood, beta? So you can understand that how pollen and the embryo sac is like dependent on the main tree for their survival. And if you compare the size and the lifespan, you can understand how dominating sporophyte is. So this is all about alternation of generation. Yes, beta, you wanted to ask something. Class?
मैम वेस्कुलर टिश्यू में टेरिडोफाइटा में लिखा हुआ है कि जाइलम और फ्लोएम प्रेजेंट है और कुछ कंपोनेंट्स मिसिंग है. मैम वो कौन से कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं और वेस्कुलर
We will
टिश्यू?
talk about them, beta. I am just giving you brief outline. We will separately talk about Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm.
मैम मैम ऑल्ट्रेशन ऑफ जनरेशन वाला पॉइंट फिर से समझाओ ना।
What is the part that you didn't understand in that, beta?
मैम थैलोफाइटा और ब्रायोफाइटा में गैमोफाइट क्यों मेन है? और
That is main. That is the main part. इसमें क्यों main है इसका कोई रीजन नहीं।
मैम वो आपने कुछ कहा था ना कि वो प्रीडोमिनेंट करता है स्पोरोफाइट्स को, वो वाला पॉइंट।
Beta, I said to you that in life cycle maximum time that is occupied is of gametophyte, not sporophyte. अगर इनकी जिंदगी एक साल की है तो उसमें से 8 महीना आपको गैमेटोफाइट दिखेगा। 4 months you will be seeing sporophyte, and sporophyte is the part which cannot survive alone. It is dependent on gametophyte for its survival. That is why in them gametophyte is the main plant. Understood?
ओके मैम।
Okay doesn't seem good. Did you understand or not?
यस मैम। मैम अगर थैलोफाइटा, ब्रायोफाइटा और टेरिडोफाइटा वो जिम्नोस्पर्म और एंजियोस्पर्म से थोड़े मतलब प्रिमिटिव है, तो फिर उनमें गैमेटोफाइट मेन है और उसमें स्पोरोफाइट, क्योंकि स्पोरोफाइट को तो मतलब डिपेंडेंट होता है ना गैमेटोफाइट पे।
बेटा इनके केस में, जिनके केस में स्पोरोफाइट इज मेन, उनमें गैमेटोफाइट स्पोरोफाइट पे डिपेंडेंट होगा बेटा। तो फिर मेन लिखने का क्या मीनिंग है? गैमेटोफाइट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन स्पोरोफाइट। स्पोरोफाइट मेन मीन्स लाइफ साइकिल में प्रिडोमिनेंटली स्पोरोफाइट रहेगा, and gametophyte is a diminished structure which will depend on sporophyte. Understood?
मैं मतलब सबसे पहले वो होगा स्पोरोफाइट होगा और बाद में
बेटा इन अ
गैमेटोफाइट।
साइकिल व्हेन यू आर, आप अगर साइकिल के एक पहिए को देखो, कैन यू से व्हिच पॉइंट इज कमिंग फर्स्ट?
नो नो मैम।
इज द लाइफ साइकिल, हाउ कैन यू से स्पोरोफाइट will come first?
मैम
यस
मैम थैलोफाइटा में लिखा है कि उसका हैबिटेट एक्वाटिक होगा, लेकिन कोई कोई एक्सेप्शंस होंगे तो वो टेरेस्ट्रियल में आ सकता है।
but they will be requiring water, enough ample amount of water.
ओके
मैम।
Yes beta.
मैम कैन यू जस्ट रिपीट द डेफिनेशन ऑफ स्पोरोफाइट?
Can you repeat what you said?
मैम डेफिनेशन ऑफ स्पोरोफाइट।
Beta, alternation of generation we are going to discuss later on. I will describe life cycle with that beta. Today we are now just comparing it. I told you yesterday also. Sporophyte is the part which is producing spore. That means zygote or zygospore.
ओके।
Okay. So after completion of all this, I just want to say that these are the differences between different types of plant. Any other doubt? General discussion we made today. So obviously we are going to deal about them one by one. Any other doubt?
नो मैम।
So today we will start our discussion with algae. But before that, I just wish you people to before before we proceed for the detailed version of each and every class of plant kingdom, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Angiosperm and Gymnosperm, I wish to share a revision video, or rather to say an introduction video to all of you, so that you can have a brief idea by visualizing the different types of plants. So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So let's have a look into the I guess the screen is visible.
Hello friends,
Yes,
welcome to a new
Yes.
happy learning video. Today we're going to learn about the importance of plants, their main characteristics and also their classification. Presenting the plant kingdom. You already know that plants can't move from one place to another. As you can see, the great majority are held to the ground by roots. But they fulfill the vital functions of all living things. They are born, they grow, they interact, reproduce, and die. As you can see in these images, there are many types of plants. But do you know how many types there are? Well, according to scientists, there are approximately 9 million different species. Some are gigantic like this tree, capable of producing shade for 100 people at the same time. Others are tiny, like this minuscule flower. But although they may be different, they all have something in common. They are capable of making their own food. Plants don't feed off other living creatures like animals do. But they make their own food thanks to photosynthesis, process that transforms sunlight and inorganic matter in their surrounding into food. Photosynthesis is super important for plants, but for all living things too, because in that process, they release oxygen into the world. And without oxygen, none of us would be here today watching this video. Are plants important or what? Plants were one of the first forms of life that appeared on Earth, thanks to their capacity not to depend on other living creatures to survive. Their most predominant color is green, and this color is called chlorophyll, an essential substance to perform photosynthesis. Plant classification. As we said, there are many types of plants, and we can classify them in 4 large groups to get to know them better. Algae, mosses, ferns, and phanerogams. Algae don't have roots, stems, or leaves. They live in water, both rivers and seas, and they are the simplest plants. Mosses are also very simple plants. They live on solid ground, but need a lot of humidity. They don't have roots to absorb water because they live in very humid and bleak places. Ferns are higher plants, and their body is divided into roots, which is where they absorb water from the soil, stem, which is where the water circulates, and leaves that grow upwards from the stem. Ferns also live in humid places. Phanerogams, despite their name, are the most common plants because they reproduce through their flowers. They are higher plants, and their bodies are divided into roots, stem, and leaves. Trees are an example that belongs to this group. Well, now we know a bit more about plants and their importance towards all other living things. So you know that we need to take care of them and respect them. Goodbye, friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning TV.
So this was the brief outline of the plant kingdom. So can we move ahead towards the algae?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
let us know more about the algae. So basically, algae can be classified into 3 further types. These are known as chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae, and rhodophyceae. They can be very easily distinguished due to presence of different color pigment in them. Although chloroplast is present in all of them, but in spite of that, they have different other pigments which give their body a different shape. Chlorophyceae is known as the green algae, phaeophyceae is known as the brown algae, and rhodophyceae is known as the red algae. So in this part, we are going to start talking about these types of algae first from the first point only, in the point of view of a comparison, and then we will have a look into how they look. So if we talk about the habitat, chlorophyceae is mainly aquatic, but they can be growing on moist soil. They can be growing on plant. Sometimes they can be red rust, caused red rust tree, which is a parasitic algae, and sometimes they can be symbiotic. Okay, so in phaeophyceae, such kind of diversity is not there. Either they are marine or they are actually lithophytes which grow on rock. Rhodophyceae are also mainly marine, but sometimes they can be found on fresh water, and like sometimes they can be grown on the surface of rock also. Have you ever heard about Great Barrier Reef of Australia? It is a coral reef. I wish to share about coral. Many of us think it is a astrologically important stone, and many people wear it in their hand to get rid of some kind of astrological predicted what I can say misfortune. So I will show you the structure of coral and coral reef too. Let me reshare the screen. So these are the images of coral reef. You can see these are the corals, the red structures. Okay, and let me tell you, Great Barrier Reef of Australia is of huge significance to the natural flora and fauna of that area. That means plants, animal, microbes living in that area. These dead bodies of red algae, that is coral, is creating a wall, and it is creating a natural habitat where all organisms can live amicably, and there is a separate type of ecosystem existing. Due to water pollution, due to other invasion of the human being, you can see how beautiful pictures of corals are like visible, and I can show you also the see this type of gemstones. Have you ever seen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
they are made up of dead bodies of coral only. So due to our greed, due to our eternal wish of collecting coral and causing misfortune to the organisms present in the coral reef and causing fortune to the us, we extract coral and it caused, apart from that pollution, all of these factors caused a lot of damage. But luckily the people are more environment conscious over there. They took up some means due to which the problem is solved up to an extent, and the Carolina species is once again growing in that area, and coral reef is revived up to certain extent. Okay. Now we will talk about body structure. Generally, algae are having outer covering of slime. So what is this slime? This is some slippery layer. This layer is very much required as a layer of protection. This layer prevent them to get dried. So in case of chlorophyce, outer part, the cell wall is having pectose and the cellulose layer is present beneath the pectose layer. Okay, and the body can be classified having lamina, stipe and holdfast. What are these things? Algae, if it is attached to some substratum, it has a finger-like structure which is called holdfast. Stipe is a part which is connecting holdfast and with lamina. Okay, so this basic type of orientation is present in case of green algae. In brown algae also this structure is present. They also have blades type and holdfast. Brown algae have thin kind of filament, that's why we call it blade. They are also multicellular, obviously, as all of them are falling under plant kingdom. All of them will be multicellular eukaryotic, and they can be very long also. In fact, brown algae can be very, very long. For example, kelp, which is a brown algae, can grow up to 4,000 meter approximately long. Okay. The way in case of chlorophyce, the cell wall has pectose and cellulose. In case of brown algae, they have phycocolloid and cellulose. Okay. Sometimes these brown algae have air vacuoles in their body. In air vacuoles, there is a pigment called fucoxanthin, which comes whenever it is coming in contact with air, it forms the brown color. So due to presence of fucoxanthin, that whenever exposed, it is producing brown color. The brown algae looks more brown. Okay. In case of red algae, also phycocolloid layer is there, and this phycocolloid layer is economically important because it is giving you agar-agar, carrageenan, and furan. So what is this agar-agar? It is a gelling agent. If you look into any kind of culture medium, you can see the medium is solid, and generally solid medium are preferred more. So these type of solid medium are solidified by presence of water, agar only. Okay. Next difference is in terms of storage of food. In case of chlorophyce, oil droplets or starch. In case of brown algae, mannitol and laminary. And in case of red algae, it is chlorine starch, which has lots of similarity with the glycogen. Now you must be thinking that, ma'am, हम क्यों पढ़े उसकी storage food material क्या है? Because their storage food material is making them delicacies. Many algae can be used as a food. For example, green algae, chlorella, can be used as a food supplement for astronauts. They can be source of single cell protein. And brown algae can be taken as a delicacy. Many brown algae are there in Japan. In some red algae are there. They can be used as a vegetable, and they can be used as a delicacy, and people cook them and eat them. Okay, so let's talk about the pigments. In case of chlorophycine, you can see various types of chloroplast. The shape of chloroplast may be girdle shape, spiral shape. This shape, chloroplasts generally have 2 to 20 thylakoids. They have pyrenoid. What is pyrenoid? Pyrenoid are starch droplet. The structure is somewhat like this. Inside there will be protein, and outside there will be presence of the starch. This is how pyrenoid pigments look actually. They can have chlorophyll A, B, carotene, xanthophyll. Chlorophyll A, B, slight difference of color is there, but both of them have greenish tinge. Carotene is orange in color and xanthophyll is yellow in color. Generally, they have photosensitive red spot. This red spot can sense the presence of light and can guide the cell towards the light. Here also many shapes of chloroplast can be present, but in some cases pyrenoid can be also present. But the number of thylakoid in the chloroplast, I guess everyone know what is thylakoid. Thylakoid grana stoma.
Yes,
The chapter
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Here only A and B is present. Here chlorophyll C is present. Alpha beta carotene is present. Xanthophyll is present. Fucoxanthine is present. Okay. In red algae, it is very strange that chlorophylls do not have stacked thylakoid. हम हमेशा सोचते हैं क्लोरोप्लास्ट के अंदर thylakoid stacked होंगे and we will have grana. But it's not the case. In their case, it is scattered. And these are the pigments. I wish to talk about these two pigments which are unique to red algae, that is phycoerythrin and phycocyanin. It is red and blue in color, which is giving them this special color of rhodophycy. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation. Asexual reproduction is by zoospore or aplanospore, hypnospore, akinete. Both the cases, in these two cases, we have non-motile spores. Now I'm talking about sexual reproduction. 3 of the types are there. The life cycle is haplontic. Why? Because haploid phase is predominating in the life cycle. That means most of the time haploid structure exists in the life cycle. Okay. In case of others also, it is similar, but the main difference is in Phaeophyce and Rhodophyce, plants are diploid. They are not at all haploid. So they produce zygote, not zygospore. I guess everyone have the difference of zygote and zygospore clear. While talking about fungi, we
Yes,
will talk about it. So in case of red algae, it is further developed than brown algae. It has only oogamy and reproductive systems are quite well developed. So after looking into difference, I wish to share about the significance of these algae. So significance will will be as a good part, as a bad part. So it can be used as a food. It can be used for production of antibiotic. Sewage treatment. You know, algae can convert the waste into something useful and purify the water. So in sewage treatment plant, lot many algae or algal bibs are used to treat the sewage. What is sewage? Anyone have any idea what do we mean by sewage treatment?
मैम वो जो गंदा पानी होता है वो
घर से निकल.
गटर
It includes the water from the toilet, the
ये
toilet seat, and the kitchen water, toilet coming for washing clothes. So all of them are called sewage. So there is a good practice of recycling it, because we know that amount of water that is usable water is less enough. So people send this water collected from each house into sewage treatment plant, where they are filtered, chemically processed, biologically processed, and water is extracted, and that water can be reused. Now, excellent application of green algae is cleaning of the air. It is in spaceship, it is very cumbersome to maintain the supply of oxygen. But if you can give it its own ecosystem where green algae can utilize the like carbon dioxide released by astronauts and convert it into oxygen by photosynthesis, it will be a nice way. So natural way of cleaning air is present there in the spaceship. Some of them can be acting as a pathogen. They secrete a very potent toxin called aflatoxin, which can claim even life of people. So now we will look into the significance of brown algae. Okay, so they are very rich in potassium and iodine. So vegetarian people can take kelp. For non-vegetarian people, there are sea fish, especially small fish. They are also rich in potassium and iodine. But kelp is a very good source of nutrient. Alginic acid will eat alginine weed, which is a gelling agent. I will show you the pictures. It can be used in ice cream industry and others, where it can be used as a gelling agent. Laminarin, that is sodium laminarin sulfate, which is extracted from algae called laminaria, is used as an anticoagulatory substance. You know that blood, whenever it is outside our body, it gets clotted or coagulated. Have you ever studied about blood clotting?
Yes.
Consider करो हमारे हाथ
यस मैम
Yes, ma'am.
कट हो गया है, खून निकल रहा है. After some time it stop bleeding, no? Because blood clot, coagulation is there. So have you ever wondered that if we are taking out blood from our body and storing it in a bottle in the blood bank, why that blood does not clot? It should also clot, no? Do you think it will clot?
नो मैम
No, ma'am.
Because if it is clotting, then we cannot use it, no? So such kind of anticoagulating such substances, one of the example is this, others are there also. So they are added so that blood doesn't coagulate. Some of these brown algae are biofouler. How? They grow in such an extent that they get entangled into the propeller of ships and the mast of like the paddle of the boat, and they make that place not navigable. Like people cannot ride on ship or boat in that area. Yes, Ruti.
मैम अगर हम लोग एंटी ब्लड कोएगुलेटिंग सब्सटेंस ऐड नहीं करेंगे ब्लड बैग पे तो मैम वो क्लॉट हो जाएगा.
Obviously. That's why we are doing, no? Otherwise, why should we do? Okay. So, similar to the brown algae, red algae like porphyra can be used as a food. Gelidium and agar-agar, which is extracted, which are phycocolloids of red algae, can be used as a gelling agent. There is another thing called carrageenan chondrus, and carrageenan is extracted from the algae called chondrus, It is used as an emulsifier in chocolate and ice cream industry. Do you know what do we mean by emulsifier? Have you ever heard about this word? Chalo, I will give you a clue. You know, bile gland is there in our body.
What?
Bile gland. You studied it in digestive system, life processes.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
what is
ma'am.
the role of bile gland?
Emulsification of fat.
Secretion of yes, per bile
No,
gland
ma'am,
secrete what?
Ma'am, trypsin and lipase enzymes.
No, sorry. Bile extract do not have any kind of enzyme present with it. It doesn't have any kind of.
Ma'am, it produces bile.
Yes. Bile gland is never producing bile. So many conceptual problem. Let me know.
मैम बाइल ज्यूस पढ़ा है, बाइल ग्लैंड नहीं पढ़ा.
So try and find out. In our next lecture, we will discuss. And then I will tell you what do we mean by emulsification. Okay?
Ma'am, emulsification मतलब mixing of two things.
No. It's not. Try and search, no? Take some interest. So we can use fumarate for production of glue. There are source of bromine, for example, polycyphonia. And many a time agar-agar is used as a laxative. What do we mean by laxative? Laxative is something which is keeping the passage of stool easier. जैसे isabgol होता है ना, similar to that. Now here carrageenan is there. The way sodium laminarin sulfate is anticoagulant, carrageenan is blood coagulant. So if there is heavy bleeding, it can be used to coagulate blood. Coralline is there, which is extracted from coral. It is a very good treatment medicine for lung and liver disorders. So now we will look into the photo gallery of this chapter. Let us have a look into the photographic gallery of the chapter, where we can see image of various types of algae. First, I wish to share about different types or shapes of chloroplast found in algae. You can see this whole thing is chloroplast. Don't you think it is like a cup?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
These are disc shape. How disc? Actually, it is. You are seeing two-dimensional image, beta. If you imagine this as a cylindrical structure, and if you imagine the chloroplasts as a plate, you will be able to understand is a disc shape. They can be C-shaped, they can be spiral, they can be star-shaped, they can be like net, they can be ribbed. So such many diversity of structure of chloroplast is present over here. Let's go to the next image gallery. This is the life cycle of algae. These are different types of asexual cycle. And if the algae is haploid, then there is mitosis and zygospore will have reduction division. Is this part clear? Life cycle class?
Yes.
No problem. Take your time and have a look. See,
Ma'am?
these are yes, beta.
मैम वो असेक्सुअल साइकिल में वो पायोनोस्पोर ऐसा कुछ था ना?
Where is bionospore?
पियानोस्पोर्स पियानो
Aplanospores बेटा.
मैम एल है या फिर आई है?
L है. I होता तो ऊपर डॉट होता, ये I है देखिए.
हाँ मैम वो क्या होता है?
I taught you, refer the lecture of fungi. There I discussed about aplanospore. So these are different types of brown algae. We can see. This is Sargassum, which is present in the Sargasso Sea. In fact, the name is vice versa. This is how they grow below water, and they do not allow the ships or boats to travel there easily. So this is how they look actually. You can see these beads, pink colored beads. Can you see? These beads are made up of sodium alginate. So this is how they can be used as a gelling agent. They are used a lot for creation of artificial seed. So this is another life cycle of algae. The difference is in this case the life cycle, the zygote is there. That means the main plant is diploid. Okay, and meiosis is used at the time of gamete formation. So zygote is diploid, main plant is diploid. This is the asexual reproduction of the algae, and this whole phase is diploid. These are different red algae. This is image of coral reef. This is how coral reef look actually. See, this is how we use culture medium by using agar, and this is gelidium. This must be known to all of you. आप में से सभी ने ये खाया होगा मजे से, but you didn't know that it is actually the useful and safe source of it should be gelling agent called gelidium. This is the reproduction of red algae. So that is all about algae from my side. Now the forum is open for discussion and doubts. Beta. Any doubts? Anyone? Class?
No, ma'am.
Sure?
No.
So next day we will start our lecture with alternation of generation, because I can understand it is concern for many, and obviously you cannot understand the concept well, the life cycle well, unless and until you have an idea about the alternation of generation. So we will end this lecture with a video of algae. It will be a nice sum up of whatever we learned today. So I'm sharing the screen. Please confirm if you can see it clearly or not. Is the screen visible, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
So my idea of showing this video is you can get like many types of algae are there. You can have a look into the different images. Different shapes of algae. See how diversified they are. So unicellular algae. So you can see how diverse they can be. So I'm stopping my lecture over here. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the next lecture. So up to algae will be covered in your test. Okay? Any
Okay,
doubts,
ma'am.
anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes, Yashvi?
ma'am, what are phylogenetic classification system?
Have we talked about phylogenetic classification system? If you can remember, beta.
No, ma'am.
Class, have you discussed about phylogenetic system of classification? Have you ever heard about the word phylogeny?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Then,
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
then why you are saying that you don't know about phylogenetic system of classification?
मैम वर्ड सुना है लेकिन वो क्लासिफिकेशन क्या होता है वो नहीं
Using
पता।
like phylogeny if you are classifying organism, that is called phylogenetic system of classification. Where evolutionary relationship is considered for classification of organisms. I told this also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any other doubt, anyone? So no problem, pile up your doubt. Okay. So bye for today.
Bye, ma'am.